CVS Practice Test 2026 Certified Value Specialist Exam Questions and Certification Prep. Question 1. What is the primary objective of the function analysis phase in the value methodology? To reduce the cost of materials. To identify the functions of a project or product. To select the best design alternative. To present the proposal to stakeholders. Function analysis is the core of VM, identifying what a product or project must do rather than what it is. Question 2. Which fast diagramming technique starts with the higher order function on the left? Classic fast, technical fast, customer fast, functional fast. In a classic fast diagram, the higher order function is placed to the left of the scope lines. Question 3. What does the how-why logic verify in a fast diagram? The cost-to-worth ratio, the project schedule, the causal relationship between functions, the team's creativity level. The how-why logic ensures that functions are logically linked, asking how moves right and why moves left. Question 4. In value engineering, worth is defined as the actual cost of the current design, the lowest cost to perform a function, the market price of a competitor's product, the total life cycle cost. Worth is the least expenditure required to provide a specific function. Question 5. Which phase of the job plan involves brainstorming a wide variety of ways to perform functions? Information phase, function analysis phase, creative phase, evaluation phase. The creative phase is dedicated to generating numerous ideas to meet functional requirements without judgment. Question 6. What is the correct order of the first 3 phases of the SAVE International Job Plan? Information, creative, evaluation. Information, function analysis, creative. Preparation, information, function analysis. Function analysis, creative, development. The standard job plan begins with information, followed by function analysis, and then the creative phase. Question 7. A secondary function in value engineering is one that is the primary reason for the project's existence, must be performed to support a basic function, does not contribute to the product's value, is always unnecessary and should be removed. Secondary functions support basic functions or result from a specific design choice. Question 8. What is a basic function? The cheapest way to build a part. The specific purpose for which a product exists. A function that provides aesthetic value only. A function required by safety regulations only. A basic function is the essential reason for the existence of the product, process, or project. Question 9. Life cycle costing, LCC, in value engineering includes only initial construction costs, operation and maintenance costs only, initial, operating, maintenance, and disposal costs, the cost of the value study only. LCC accounts for all costs from inception to disposal. Question 10. During the evaluation phase, ideas from the creative phase are presented to the client, ranked and filtered for feasibility, brainstormed further, automatically discarded if they cost more. The evaluation phase screens ideas to identify those with the highest potential for value improvement. Question 11. What is the purpose of the presentation phase? To gather more information about the project, to sell the team's recommendations to decision makers, to perform final cost estimating, to document the entire study for the files. The presentation phase aims to obtain approval and commitment from management to implement the proposals. Question 12. Which tool is commonly used during the evaluation phase to compare alternatives? Fast diagram, weighted evaluation matrix, cost model, Pareto chart. A weighted evaluation matrix allows the team to score alternatives against specific criteria. Question 13. What does the Pareto law, 80/20 rule, suggest in the context of value engineering? 80% of the cost is often found in 20% of the parts. 80% of the team should be engineers. 20% of the study time should be spent on creativity. 80% of functions are basic. The Pareto principle helps teams focus on high-cost areas that offer the greatest potential for value improvement. Question 14. The value formula is generally expressed as value equals cost/function, value equals function/cost, value equals function plus cost, value equals worth cost. Value is improved by increasing functional performance or decreasing cost. Question 15. Who is the primary audience for the value study report? The VE team members, the end users only, project stakeholders and decision makers, competitive contractors. The report is a formal document intended to justify recommendations to those who have the authority to implement them. Question 16. Which is a cell function in function analysis? To provide structural support, to attract a customer, to prevent corrosion, to reduce weight. Cell functions are those that provide aesthetic or marketing appeal to a customer. Question 17. In a FAST diagram, what do the scope lines represent? The physical boundaries of the site, the beginning and end of the VE team's responsibility, the project deadline, the budget limits. Scope lines define the specific functional area being analyzed during the study. Question 18. What is cost in the context of a VE study? The price the customer pays, the resources required to produce the project, the emotional stress of the design team, the profit margin of the contractor. Cost represents the total expenditure, labor, materials, etc., to produce the item or project. Question 19. What is the development phase objective? To identify new functions, to turn selected ideas into fully supported proposals, to conduct a final audit of the project, to train the client on value engineering. Development involves detailing the best ideas, including cost analysis and technical validation. Question 20. A one-time function in a FAST diagram is often a function that occurs during setup or disposal, a function that costs only $1, the primary basic function, a function that repeats every cycle. One-time functions are activities that don't repeat during the normal operation of the system.